Hello everyone, welcome to Off the Shelf. I'm your host, Ross13, and today we are doing a What I Got for Christmas, and I got quite a bit. Granted, some of this is also gifts that I got for anniversary that I just never cover because I was still kind of on quasi-hiatus at the time, but there is quite a bit here, and I cannot wait to show it all off to you guys, so let's get started. First up, we have the Biggin. This was actually from Anniversary, and this is the Power Rangers Dino Fury Primal Mega Pack, which is a cool set that has 3 of the deluxe Zordlink Megazords for the Power Ranger series. So we have, I think it's called the Terra Freeze Zord, the Mosazord, and the T-Rex Zord for this series, which means I can make their Ultra Zord, I can't remember what it's called. Usually I look this stuff up before I do these things, but I didn't this time. And yeah, I am excited for this. I know a lot of people don't care for the Dino Fury Megazords, but I thought they were really fun. And what's neat about having this as a set is I have an extra one of the T-Rex Zords, so I can actually have this sitting alongside the other one that I did. Next up from Santa Claus, we have the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire Zappin' Blast Proton Blaster. I am really excited to check this thing out because it's a modified version of the Mod Blaster that I had gotten a while back, and this one actually has even more lights and sounds and effectively has like a slightly downgraded version of the soundboard that comes with the Spangler neutrino wand from Hasbro, and it's just, it looks pretty darn cool, and it has all these extra sound effects, including ones from the video game, and yeah, I cannot wait to take this out. I don't know if I'm going to integrate it into any of my packs, because I'm fairly happy with where those are at right now, but it's so cool to actually have. Next up for my in-laws, we have Extreme Ghostbusters Complete DVD Set. This is super freaking cool. Ghostbusters Extreme, or Extreme Ghostbusters, however you want to parse it, was an animated series in the 90s. Very short-lived, but I thought it was awesome. It had very interesting character designs. It expanded upon the real Ghostbusters cartoon series, and I just genuinely really liked it. And it's a shame that it didn't go very far, but this is the first DVD set for it. And this is going to go great with my Real Ghostbusters Complete DVD set. The Time Life one, the one that has all the episodes. So yeah, super excited on this one. I liked the 2016 Ghostbusters film. I really did. I know not everybody else does, and it's a very divisive thing, but I found great enjoyment in it, and I absolutely love that they actually published the book from the movie. So this is a really cool addition to my collection, and I am so glad that my parents got me this for Christmas. Also for my parents, here's another great Ghostbusters book. This is the Tobin's Spirit Guide. It's a hardcover book published in, looks like 2016, and is a representation of one of the tomes that is actually mentioned in the original film. And so this is super cool for me to have, especially since I do the Ghostbusters cosplay stuff. And yeah, I've had this on my Amazon wish list for a while now, and was really, really happy that my folks got it for me. So this was in the pile, but that was a mistake. I actually got this a couple Christmases ago, I believe. This is from this Christmas though. This is the Ghostbusters, the Ultimate Visual Guide, Visual History. And I've heard a lot of cool things about this book. It's filled with lots of cool behind the scenes photos, illustrations from like the creation of the props, and so much more. And once again, my folks coming in clutch and getting me a really cool Ghostbusters book. This is the last book and the last thing that I got from my folks this Christmas, and this is A Silent Voice Volume 1. This is a very neat manga, kind of sweet, but also very intense with certain things that may be very triggering to people. I watched the anime for it, and it is very nice, but very heavy. So yeah, it's about a deaf girl who gets bullied, and the bully eventually kind of overcoming that and the two of them growing closer. So there's some really nice stuff in it, but not for everyone, not for the faint of heart. From my brother, we have this Rose and Maiden complete series on Blu-ray. And when I say complete series, I mean all of Rose and Maiden. It has the first couple series and the OVAs. And this is really neat for me because I watched this back when it was being released as fan subs back in the day. And when it got licensed and started being released in the West, I picked up several of the DVDs, including like the box to house the entire series, and somehow failed to get the entire series and just kept missing it time and time again. So I now actually have everything, and that makes me happy. From my in-laws, we have the Turn A Gundam movie collection. This has Earthlight and Moonlight Butterfly, which is basically 2 compilation films for the entirety of the Turn A Gundam series, which is kind of one of my favorite Gundam series. It's a very interesting take on the entire series and has some amazing visuals, amazing animation, amazing music, and does not get nearly enough love if you ask me. For my good friends Tracy and Jason, we have the Digimon movie Blu-ray collection from Discotek. Now, here's what makes this really cool. We have the American version of the movie on here, but we also have the 3 movies that made it up. And for the first time ever, released in the West, we have those, as well as new English dubs with the original cast doing this. So this is very, very cool, and I use this as a sort of springboard to get my son interested in Digimon. We started watching it the other day, and we got like halfway through, and he was like, I want to watch the original series. I was like, yeah, I did my digi duty. From my lovely spouse, we have Sword Art Online Hollow Realization for the PlayStation 4. I'm actually kind of a fan of Sword Art Online. I like the abridged series more than the original series, but I enjoyed the original series a whole lot, which is why I kind of enjoy the abridged series. And so I've had this on my list for a while now, and this is my first time getting it, and I'm excited to check it out. It actually has like a character creation screen, which I was not anticipating, and it's just fun to kind of run around in the world and interact with all the characters and stuff. Sadly, it's only in Japanese, but that's probably going to be easier for me because I've watched the abridged version so much that I don't know how I would take the actual English voice actors. But anyway, very cool, very happy to have. Picked out for me by my son, this is Fate Samurai Remnant for the Nintendo Switch. And I am sort of kind of on the edges fan of the Fate series. The concept I find really neat. I played FGO quite a bit, and I like the world. I've never been able to really get too deep into the lore, mainly because Fate has a lot of lore. Lots of alternate universes, alternate timelines, all sorts of stuff. I think this is technically an alternate timeline or something. But it's still pretty cool to look at least from the outside. And this will be the first Fate video game that I've ever played outside of the mobile game Fate Grand Order. Another gift from my friends Tracy and Jason is this, the Figurized Standard Magnamon. And oh man, I was so psyched to see this because Magnamon is like my absolute favorite Digimon. He just looks so freaking cool. I loved the concept of the Digi-Armor, Digivolutions, and this being a golden form, like it's an ultimate form. I just love everything about it. It looks so freaking cool. I actually had a toy of this back in the day. I'm sure it's somewhere around, but to have a model kit for this, oh yeah, I'm excited for it. So I guess I could count this as another anniversary gift from my lovely spouse. This is Thundertron, but specifically, this is the Legacy United Star Raiders capsule Thundertron. There's some slight removal difference. It also comes with 2 extra characters, Night Strike and Calcitron. I think I got those names right. And yeah, This is a very cool set that I have been wanting for a long time. I never picked up the original Thundertron in Transformers Prime, nor did I pick up its original release earlier in Transformers Legacy. So having this is going to be super cool for me. Another anniversary gift, this is Legacy United Ferrek, also from the Star Raiders capsule. This is a repaint of, I believe, Kingdom Cyclonus, as well as a slight remold of him. And I've never actually handled that one, so very anxious to see what this one is like. Transformers Legacy Inferno, another wonderful gift for Christmas from my spouse as well as my son, I believe. And I am so excited for this. I love the Inferno character in Beast Wars. I have the original Beast Wars toy, which is pretty decent, but it's made up almost entirely of translucent plastic and it makes it very fragile. Some of the joints on it are already starting to crack. But this one is not made out of translucent plastic and still looks really, really cool. In fact, looks even more show accurate. So very excited for this one. Packaging's seen better days on this one, but this is Legacy United Sideburn. And as somebody who loves the Hot Rod and Hot Rod adjacent characters, I was so happy when I saw that they were making this figure, because I have the original Sideburn toy, but it's not an easy toy to play with. So having something with some modern engineering that isn't as finicky, very cool to have. Thank you so much to my lovely spouse for this. From Santa Claus, we have the last Transformers entry on here. We have this Metal Figs Optimus Prime figure. And it's a neat little, very heavy die-cast metal, fully painted figure of Optimus Prime. All three of us in the family got one of these. I have Optimus Prime, my spouse got Bumblebee, and my son got Optimus Primal. Very cool to have. We also all got little Hot Wheels cars. And this was mine. It's a art car. I don't know anything about the base car, but I love that it's based off of some very specific modern art and just a fun little thing to have on my desk. Maybe not as exciting as the other things, but still just as grateful for it. This is a sort of do-it-yourself soundboard for like putting sound effects and stuff into your own toys or props or something like that. So this is going to be very handy for future Ghostbuster projects. And I got this from my lovely spouse. Even though this was originally attributed to my cat, this is actually from the good folks at Steady. This is a sandpaper set that I requested from them, and I'll be doing further videos on this, but very cool to get on Christmas Day. And you know what? Here's one more bonus thing. This is basically a gift to myself. I had pre-ordered this and got it around Christmas Day. This is from P Bandai, and it is the F93 Cluster Gundam. And it's a master grade, it's huge, it has lots of parts, and it looks super 90s and very toyetic, and I just absolutely love this thing. As soon as I saw pictures of it, I knew I had to have it, even though I don't do a lot with master grades right now. But I had to make an exception for this thing, and just look at this thing. It is so freaking cool. And yeah, that's what I got. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for supporting. Happy holidays to all of you. And I hope to see all of you invade my shelf space next year.